Hello, today we're going to be making a loom to weave a pouch. So you'll need scissors, mat board, a ruler, a marker or a pen, and some crochet thread. First we're going to start by labeling our piece of mat board, front and back, top and bottom. That way we won't get lost as we're working. Next we're going to take our ruler and we're going to draw a line across the top of the loom about a half an inch down. Following that, we're going to be making little marks every quarter of an inch. What's very important is that we end up with an even number of tabs. So that's going to mean there's an odd number of lines we're making at the quarter inch mark. If you end up with an even number of lines, all you have to do is just trim the mat board down at the last quarter of an inch. So make sure you draw those all the way up. Next, we're going to number the tabs. So again, remember you have an even number of tabs, and then we're going to cut those tabs right down to that half-inch line that we drew. Once we finish cutting on the top, we're going to make a small notch down on the bottom left side of the mat. Next, we're going to start warping the loom. So you're going to take some crochet thread and tape it into that notch on the back side. Make sure it's on the back side at the bottom. Next comes the warping. So we're going to wrap the thread around all of the even tabs. So we bring it up and over around number 2, and then bring it up around the back, and we're going to go right back around tab 2. So it's going to look exactly the same on the front as it does on the back. I prefer to keep it facing forward the entire time. I feel like it's less confusing than flipping the mat board over. So once you finish 2, we're going to go to the next even number. So we wrap it right around 4, and then we come up over the back and do the exact same thing on the back side. Then we move on to tab 6. So once you get the pattern, this is very easy to do, and you can start to do it a little bit faster. It's just getting it the first time that's a little complicated. So if you notice you're wrapping your string around an odd number, then you're probably going to have a little bit of a difficulty and have to start again from where you made your mistake. So make sure you're wrapping around an even number always. So even tabs. You don't want to have your string be too tight as you're going across, otherwise the loom might start to warp and bend a little bit, which can make things a little awkward when we start weaving. So you want it tight enough that the string isn't sagging. And once we get to the last tab, so between 21 and 22, we're just going to wrap our string up and pull it through. Then we're going to flip it over to the back side. We're going to trim our string and we're going to tape it to the board just like we did with the bottom notch. You want to make sure that you tape it down as much as possible so you don't accidentally weave inside of that portion. So now we are ready to start weaving, so you can watch step 2 of this video when we're all finished.